What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Break the Cycle podcast. We are grateful to have you here today. I'm your host, Abe, and this is my lovely wife, Jen. And the topic of today is going to be fact or fiction on exercise. So last episode, Jen was quizzing me because she's the nutrition expert between the two of us. And me, I'm mainly exercise. Jen knows a lot about exercise, but this is what I mainly do. So we're gonna do a fact or fiction episode to see if Jen's on par.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I know glute stuff. You can ask me glute stuff.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's not part of the questions, honey. So,
All right. Let's get started.
Sweet. So, fact or fiction, babe. And this is, you know what? I like this question because it's a very, very debated topic. And it's like very, very mainstream information, but it's just like, why are we still debating it these days?
Mm-hmm.
So the first question is, cardio is the only type of exercise that helps with weight loss.
No. So cardio is the only type of exercise that helps with weight loss? No. Yep. So I think if I were to say any sort of exercise were to impact weight loss the most, it's resistance training.
What is resistance training? Just so people,
any weight bearing exercise. So it could be your body movement, just working against resistance. So it can be body weight. It doesn't have to be like a barbell on your back. It can literally just be like air squats, and that's resistance training because you're working against gravity, I guess you could say. And you're working like your body. But overall, it's only one part of the puzzle. Yeah. Cardio is only one part of the puzzle. Cardio is definitely very, very beneficial. And I personally program cardio for my clients. And I do zone training to be very specific with that. But it's not the end all be all, right? And you'd be surprised the type of cardio that I assign to my clients. It's more slower paced. There's zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. And that's on your heart rate level, right? I assign most of the time zone 2 training, and that's what you want to do the most of the time for fat loss. But I say if you're doing cardio, just focus on the heart health part of it versus the weight loss part of it. And then muscle building. So like resistance training, what you're doing is you're working your muscles, and your metabolism is most impacted by resistance training because when you're sitting down, like babe, like you're here. Yeah. You're not working out, nothing. Just to keep you alive, it's taking a certain amount of calories to keep you alive.
Yep.
So you have that set amount. But as you start to grow and pack on more muscle, your body requires more energy to keep it alive. So then if you're eating right, doing all the components right, then you can lose fat while you're just resting.
Yeah, and I like it. No one really thinks about that, how muscle works for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the more muscle you pack on, the better. And you're not going to get bulky if you're a girl, so.
Let's get it. I like it. So that was actually a fact. Psych, I'm just kidding. No, it was fiction. It was fake. It's not true.
Yeah, fiction. Yeah, I had to say fact or fiction, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure, yeah. So, all right, babe. Number 2. And I like this one because so many people think this way, but we're going to get into that.
Okay, let's see.
Oh. Stretching before a workout prevents injury.
That's fiction. So you don't want to stretch. You don't want to stretch before a workout. Okay, so here's the thing. Those stretching movements that you do, like, yeah, go ahead and do them, but do it more dynamically. Meaning like you're not sitting there stretching your quad for like a whole minute before your workout. That actually may cause injury because you're not trying to relax your muscles. You're more so trying to get them to get warmed up, get started moving. Most of the time what I say to my clients is like, I want to mimic what we're about to do in our main exercise. So that way your muscles are prepared for it. Like I'm giving your muscles like a little advisory, like, hey, we're going to do some squats today. So let's work on your hammies. So do it more dynamically. Yes, you can do the same sort of stretches, but do it dynamically. What does that mean? Like hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then keep on doing it. So if you're doing, I would say like maybe like a hip flexor stretch or What's one that a lot of people, like a lunge type stretch, right? That's one that a lot of people see and a lot of people do. Don't hold it for for longer than 5 seconds. Just keep moving through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think it like, I'll jump in on a little bit and elaborate because when I started doing ATG training and ATG coaching, it wasn't static stretching at the beginning. It was definitely warm up, dynamic warm up. So like she was talking about lunge stretching and stuff like that. They actually have you do pulses, like quarter reps
Yeah.
for a whole minute or like a whole 20 count. So you
Yeah.
pulse, activate the muscle, let it stretch, put some blood in it, because what you're doing when you start like static stretching, you're actually restricting the muscle from moving and you're trying to get it to relax. You don't want a relaxed muscle. You want a muscle that knows that it's about to work. And that's one of the things that most people forget. Like I see so many people jump into the gym and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stretch real quick before I jump into squats. I'm like, dog,
I
like,
see it a lot too.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't want to do that. That's how I learned when I was in PE, but turns out it's the opposite. So fiction, right? Or
Yes.
what was the question? Yeah.
That is definitely fiction. That is not true. Okay. Fact or fiction, babe? High intensity workouts are the only way to see results.
Nope. Because if we're thinking high intensity workouts, we're thinking like 20-minute, 170, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5 workouts. Zone 3 is more of like a Metcon, like your heart rate is still a little bit high. You're still using a little bit of breath.
What is a Metcon?
A Metcon, that's what it is.
Okay.
So your heart rate is getting
dumb it down
higher.
For people who don't know.
So Metcon, zone 3, it's like the middle, right? So you have zone 1 cardio, and cardio is basically like the interchange between your cardiovascular system, so your heart, and then your breath, your heart and your breath. And so as you notice, like when you go up the stairs, your heart rate races, your breath is like probably going even faster. And that's just because they need to start like connecting with each other. So when you do cardio, you're kind of training it to connect with each other, like the heart rate. So zone 3, your breath is starting to kind of pick up a little bit. Your heart rate is definitely picking up, but you're still kind of burning a little tiny bit of fats. You're starting to burn more carbs in that section because you're starting to use less air. So it goes from aerobic exercise with oxygen to anaerobic without oxygen. You're using less air for that higher heart rate. So that's a Metcon, right? And then zone 4, zone 5, that's like the high intensity, like Metcons, I typically think like a circuit of resistance training.
Yeah.
And then zone 4, zone 5, I'm thinking more like sprints, more like really quick, fast jolts, like a hit, but like with intensity. So not every single hit is going to be zone 4, zone 5. Some of them are zone 3s because it depends on how fast you move, like if you're used to it. But you can definitely get results with any part of those. It's all about it, like zone 4, zone 5, I'm not gonna ignore it, but you can focus on it in your routine 10 to like maybe at most 15% of your week. So like maybe like a quick little sprint session, whatever you want to do. But 80% of your week should be zone 1, zone 2, a little bit of zone 3.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, because so many people think that you have to go ham all the time.
On cardio especially.
Yeah, and that's what zone 5 is like super ham. But you don't realize it's like slow and steady does win the race when it comes to burning fat or getting actual like results. Like that's why resistance workouts, like, they take a little longer than cardio workouts do. So yeah.
Yeah, I probably want to talk about this later too, because zone training is very, very like, there's a lot of it that I just went over. I don't know if I elaborated. But yeah, like you can get results from like you need a program. You need something that you know exactly what you're going to do, that you can stick with, that can challenge you on all levels. It depends on your goals too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, are you even trying to like get that heart rate and breath to like start meeting each other, like, or are you trying to lose weight? Is that your pure goal? Like,
So what did you say, fiction or fact?
How was the question worded?
I think it's high intensity workouts are the only way to see results.
Fiction.
100% fiction.
All right, let's see what's next.
We don't play them games here. Dang, babe, you can. You're doing good. Okay.
A
So
plus plus.
A plus plus, just because you're cute. So next question. This is gonna be a big one. I really like this one. Dude, I love that we even touch this topic because, dude, it's so debated. It like I've said that a little bit about the other stuff, but nothing is more debated than this because this has to do with women. Okay. So
Okay.
this is very women specific,
Okay.
and it's one of these like big things that it's just like, okay, I'll just get into it, man.
Let's
So
go.
fact or fiction? Weightlifting is not suitable for women because it will make them look too bulky.
Oh, no. You know how hard it is to build muscle? It's so hard to build muscle. Like you have to be going at it for years. And trust me, I've seen like the pages that have like those bodybuilding women, like they're bulky.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you're starting out, it takes years to get there. Like those women have put in like decades of work into building that
Yeah.
muscle. And it's harder for us women to build muscle, first of all, and second of all, our makeup is actually very very different to
Yeah.
how our muscles build. So honestly, if you weight train, like just do it. Don't be scared because you're not gonna get bulky. It's like even if you wanted to try, like you're not gonna get bulky, especially if you start off. So and this is gonna be the best way for you to reach your goals. If that goal is weight loss, if that goal is to lean out, if you want to build muscle, I mean there's so many parts of your body that you can build muscle on too. Like you don't have to do like this whole like, I mean if I'm over there working shoulders like all the time, like I'm gonna have some shoulder boulders, but I mean it's gonna take a long time even then.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and a lot of people don't realize, like, I'm not gonna knock like on female bodybuilders because
no,
not all of them do it, but
that's dedication
yeah,
though.
that's a lot of dedication. That's a lot of work and nutrition, a lot of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're someone that doesn't have anything like that and you think that you just jumping in and going to the gym, you're going to look like that, guess again, because they have put hours and hours and years of work and dedication to these exercises and what they're doing to look this way. And like some of them, they even take performance enhancement drugs too. So like just keep into account. A lot of the people that do bodybuilding, I'm not going to knock on anyone for doing it, because that's how people make their money, that's their profession, whatever. But there are a lot of performance enhancement drugs used in bodybuilding, and it does, because that's what they're going for.
That goes to the whole thing of like like you can't compare yourself because you don't know what that person is doing
exactly
at all.
Yep. Alrighty, next and final question for you, honey. Okay, this one's pretty cool because you work a lot with older people at the gym.
Okay.
So this is a good one right here. Okay, so it says, fact or fiction? Older adults can build muscle like younger adults.
Yes, just kidding. All right, no. So actually it's so much harder. And this is the thing, like once you reach the age of 35, your ability to metabolize protein or like the efficiency of it actually goes down. So you actually need more protein. And that's the muscle building like nutrient that we need, right? That's our macro. So you need that, one. Number two, you're fighting like things like osteoporosis, like your bone is starting to decline at that point. So you can't do it like a young one if you are older, but you can still do it compared to yourself, right? Like you always want to compare yourself to yourself. So I feel like this one is true. Oh wait, hold on. How's the question worded?
It says other older adults can build muscle like younger individuals.
False. Yeah, so it's false.
Yeah.
Fiction. Is that wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, fiction, I was like, dang. I was like, no, I really believe that because I do work with a lot of older people, and I mean, the goal when you're older, honestly, doesn't even become like I want to build muscle. It becomes like I want to move better. Yeah. Or even if you do come in, if someone comes in and they're like, I want to build muscle, I want to get bigger in the chest, whatever it is, we gotta get through the whole point of moving better first.
Yeah.
And just focusing on that builds muscle, builds tissue, which is very important. Mm-hmm. Builds bone mass. Like your bone density is going to be higher than other adults. Like resistance training is so crucial.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I would like to elaborate a little bit on, just because it's a very like touchy subject, about metabolism, but there is research that has already shown that, like, if you stay in a consistent lifestyle, like meaning you don't stay sedentary, you continue to move throughout your life, your metabolism actually doesn't stop working. It's not like you hit 35 and you just stop being able to process food. Yeah. And that is such a BS thing that like society and like people like to say, oh, my metabolism is just slow. First of all, it's not your metabolism, it's you. It's what you did to your metabolism to make it that way.
It's your lifestyle.
It's your lifestyle, because we have people that are in there that reach, like we were just talking about, centurions. They're like 100 years old, and these people are like picking up, tossing rocks, like playing with their grandchildren, doing everyday activities, and they live in remote places that don't even see like modern day life, and they're able to do this stuff, and they have way more capability than people in our society do.
I do highly believe that we can live. I always tell everyone, I'm like, I don't know if it's insensitive. Yeah. But I always tell everyone, I'm like, I think we can live till 120. Now, will I? I don't know. I've lived 25 years of my life just underfeeding myself, eating a lot of junk food, not moving. So it was work for me. Yeah. And it still is work. It still is work. Absolutely. Today. But like I was telling, I don't know. I think I was telling you. I don't know. But like my weight training, even in the times where I didn't feel good, it stayed. Like I was still going to the gym. I was still showing up because it was just my routine. Mm-hmm. But I didn't feel good. I didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, there are days where you would like get mad at me for even waking you up.
I'm like, I'm not going today. Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah. But I was still showing up at least 3 times a week. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah. So those are all the questions. What did I get? What's my grade?
You got an A, honey.
A pretty much plus.
Yeah, A plus. All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right.
But yeah, no, thank you so much, everyone, for watching this episode of Fact or Fiction. Please leave your questions in the comments down below. Subscribe and follow us. We'll put everything down here so that you guys can, hit us up on the DMs or through Instagram. Or just,
And if you have something and like we're like, oh, or maybe you didn't know, whatever. Yeah. Like, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We would really love to hear your feedback. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Break the Cycle podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one. Mm-hmm.